In today's Hometown Live, we're going to Dowling music, previously known as Wadler Kaplan music. It's the latest incarnation of a Houston music institution, and now one of the store's most famous clients is helping to keep the music going.
Eyewitness News reporter Deborah Wrigley explains to us the story of the new store with a very long history. Deborah.
It's the most famous client and now the most famous owner. He has saved, as you said, a Houston institution in a city that really doesn't have a lot of traditions left. This is one of them, albeit in a brand new location and with a brand new name, but it still draws on its same rich sheet music tradition. Richard Dowling has one of the rarest careers in the world. International concert pianist who can play ragtime, as easily as Chopin. And the journey to the stage began as a child in the Wadler Kaplan music store in Houston that supplied musicians with sheet music.
Came back to town last October and found out the store was going to close. And so I used my parents' inheritance to buy the store and keep it open. I just felt like it shouldn't die.
He rescued the 66-year-old store, moved it to a new location, expanded the inventory. There's a Stratocaster guitar converted to a lamp.
And as you strum the strings, the light comes on. It's a dimmer. Isn't that great?
Outdone only by the music motif sunglasses, the classical composer action figures, as well as music boxes. As for that sheet music, though, it ranges from pop music to classical, essential to any musician, whether seasoned or just starting out.
You need like music to play and for lessons to teach you, things like that.
The big addition to this new store, though, is a recital hall, 100 seats, built to acoustical standard.
And we have a beautiful 7.5-foot Hamburg Steinway from Germany on the stage.
It doesn't get better than that, certainly for a concert pianist who's come home, at least for now, to merge music with entrepreneurship, putting the family name up on the building in part as a tribute to his parents.
Parents generally don't want their children to become musicians or artists because they worry that they won't be able to make a living. So I think if my dad were alive, he'd be very happy to know that I was able to marry the two things together.
Probably be very proud, too, since the family name is now hovering over the Southwest Freeway at Kirby. As far as the store is concerned, it is open 7 days a week, and it's open till 9 o'clock during the weekend. If you promise not to leave a fingerprint on that Steinway German-made grand piano, you might be able to play a little bit. Back to you.
Well, and what a treat, Deborah. It looked like you were getting your own private concert there with this.
It was lovely.
This brilliant person.
It was absolutely lovely, and I still can't get away from the Mozart and Beethoven action figures, and they've got water globes too. Phantom of the Opera.
Everything you could ever want, even if you're not the next Richard Dowling. Thank you.
And we do want to mention the story was brought to you through our partnership with the Houston Community Newspapers, and you can read more about Dowling music in the Memorial Examiner.